time to wake up. It's time to wake up. New week, new season. I'm looking out the window right now. There's a little bee that's on my window, and usually bees come around when there's royalty around. But it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up. If you are still not going after your dreams and your goals when it comes to whatever you want to be doing, but specifically your health, your physical activity, your body, you're the only one to blame. If you're still in bed staring at Instagram, staring at TikTok, and wasting an hour of your morning every morning before you go to work or whatever you do, you can only blame yourself. And it's really just as simple as that. So with the Monday motivation, me coming on this morning is I got up really early, got up at like 5 a.m. Didn't have to be up, but there's goals and things on my list of desires that I want to check off. And I'm sure you have those as well. And if you are still lounging around, waiting till tomorrow, waiting till the next week, and you're still not going after those specific goals, then all you can do is just look in the mirror and blame yourself, right? And I'm talking to a very specific group of people. Obviously, there's circumstances, medical issues, things that are out of our control. But for those of us that really don't have any kind of excuse, and the excuse is, I just don't have time, I just don't feel like it, then you might want to honestly be realistic with yourself and say, maybe you don't really want it that bad. Maybe you really don't want a better, healthier body. Maybe you really don't want to go after creating that YouTube. Maybe you really don't want to go after that promotion at work. Maybe you really don't want to go after, getting better at a certain skill. Maybe you just don't really want to do it. And you're actually okay just being complacent. Like, you really need to take a look in the mirror and say, is this something that I want to be doing with my life? And if I'm not doing it, why? The desires that I want, that relationship that I want, that, me wanting to eventually own a home every day, whatever it is that you have, if you're not getting after it, you're going after it in the pursuit of it, you have to really take a couple steps back and really analyze why. Because are you really gonna waste another year, right? Another year of, well, I'm gonna do it next year. I'm gonna do it when this is time, right? When this happens, then I'll do it. And then you're constantly never able to do it. A really, really good thing that you can do to get yourself out of that kind of rut, that kind of mind state, is looking at people that are successful. So whatever it is that you want to achieve, whether it's fitness, nutrition, making more money, making investments in your life, traveling, literally Google and search up people that are living the life that you desire and follow their formula, because success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So it doesn't say you want to be exactly like them, but you can take inspired action based on the clues that they're leaving as to how they're able to get where they're at, which is where you want to be, right? In your own version for yourself. So if you're scrolling away your life on Instagram, if you're eating your life away in the cupboard with all these cookies and cakes and things that are just, are not good. Like, it's not good to overindulge in those things. I'm all about balance. So I'm by any means not saying to not enjoy your life here and there with those things, but if you were truly trying to live a healthier life, it really does start with what you put in your body, right? Like if you want to achieve certain things, if you want to go after certain goals and you just feel lazy, you feel unmotivated, you feel fatigued, you feel all these heavy, you feel lethargic, it's because literally you are literally being held down like an anchor, like a heavy rusty anchor with all this processed junk. Okay? And the thing is, life is, especially when you travel, there's amazing restaurants and amazing new cuisines and all that stuff. Enjoy that stuff. But not every day. Like you really have to wake up and get serious with yourself. Every single day you're eating the heavy processed fake cheese with that are like a square, like those ones, those are not good for our system. You're eating, fried tacos every single day. You're eating the pasta every single day. You're eating the pizza for lunch every single day. And then you're wondering why you're getting more lethargic, more energyless. And you're just like, well, maybe I'm getting older. And just not even, it's just like, it just seems like that's just the excuse for why people just don't go after a healthier body. Well, I'm getting older, so that's just how it is. And it's not. There's millions of people that you can Google right here on YouTube that are living a healthier, and even physically look better than some of these 30-year-olds and 20-year-olds out here with their health and fitness lifestyle. So, 50-year-olds are out here, late 40s, 50s are there's people out here that are really showing that you can live a healthy, constantly living in the state of youthfulness, not trying to be younger, but that youthful tapping into that God source energy that's kind of just pumping through our veins, right? Like the thing that gives us breath in our body, you can tap into that, and that's actually natural energy that you have access to. So people are doing it all the time. People that are 40, 50, 60 are tapping into that all the time. So if you're in your late teens, 20s, 30s, and even if you're watching this and you're in your 40s, it's never too late to start. So you really got to take a good look in the mirror. Number one, give yourself a high five for just even listening to the video to even get a realization that, yeah, you know what? I do want to make some changes. Like, give yourself a high five for that, because it starts there. Okay. I had gained 30 pounds when I was, about 6 years ago. I gained 30 pounds. I was in a job that I was completely stressed with, hated it, hated going to work every single day, didn't like the circumstances in my exterior world. And then on top of it, I was in a relationship, that it wasn't necessarily super toxic. Actually, I gained like happy weight in that relationship, but I think like I resorted to comfort and food to like minimize all the issues that I had with the career that I had, the job that I stayed complacent in. So I had to just take a look in the mirror one day and just be like, I created this. Like, I'm now 30 pounds overweight. I'm not happy with myself. I've completely lost self-control when it comes to handling my stress, right? Handling stress, and just really my decision to just spend so many years doing something I just didn't want to do. I just had to take a look in the mirror and say, I can actually decide today to make some major changes. I don't have to live out the rest of my life like this. And a lot of times we just feel like there's no way out, right? We have no way. Why should I just start with my fitness now? Why should I quit this job now? Why? It's already been so many years, and you can literally make a pivot at any time. You literally are limitless. There's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. You're a limitless human being. I'm sure that there's at least one thing that you can point out in your life. One, even if it was in your childhood, one thing that you overcame that you were surprised that you overcame it. So always just tap into that energy of like, wow, I did overcome being bullied in school. I did actually pass that test that I had so much anxiety about all semester, and I actually passed it. I did. And it's like, just tap into the moments where you actually overcame something and you realize, like, you know what? I was like already putting a limiting belief on myself, but I'm actually seeing that the options are limitless. The options of how things can and circumstances can turn out are limitless. And you actually have the ability to pick a higher probability of one that's going to be in your favor if you actually take ownership, right? Get in order with your discipline, get in order with your consistency, and be patient with that. Because sometimes, like, what we don't realize is God is not necessarily handing you that particular gift, that particular blessing, because there's just still a couple obstacles that you need to overcome before you can actually receive it. Sometimes we don't even realize we're not even really in the receiving mode of these things because we're just so bogged down with stress, laziness, fatigue, terrible diet, toxic people in our life. Maybe we're doing toxic things to ourselves, right? Negative self-talk, negative self-hate, down-talking ourselves, calling ourselves stupid, calling ourselves dumb, calling ourselves ugly, calling ourselves all these things. Or you can say there's these things that are areas of improvement, and let me just start with the first one and start to check all of them off, right? I'm just going to pick a random example. If you are not confident because you have bad skin, okay, boom, let's just start there. Let's just start with the skin. Guy or girl, this is a reality for humans, right? Especially with all the processed food and the lack of water. I'm drinking my piping hot water right now. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I'm telling you, look it up on Google. It will definitely kickstart your metabolism, definitely help with digestion, and just really allow your body to just like wake up and not be so rushed to stuff it with a pancake. Like, just relax, eat the pancake. You can eat the pancake in 2 hours, like eat the pancake in an hour and a half, like just relax a little bit, let your body adjust to being awake, let your body think, think about your day. What do you want to accomplish? But the lack of water, the lack of, eating fresh whole fruits, fresh salads and things like that. Like, we don't realize how much dead food that we're eating, and we're wondering why we don't have energy. And then it's like, okay, cool. Let me just get the energy from a Red Bull or a coffee. But like, you're born with the energy. Like I always say this, I feel like a lot of answers are just in nature and a lot of answers are in kids. Like, you just see that natural energy. And yes, you do, you like, as you get older, like, yes, your energy depletes, but it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to sign on to that. Like, again, there's people that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s that have a ton of energy, that are traveling the world, living their best life, and they have the energy to do it. So yeah, you might not want to get on, monkey bars every single day and do backflips, but if you wanted to, you actually could tap into that energy. And I feel like the life that we live, it slows you. Like, it's the exterior that slows you down. It's not even necessarily that it's you. It's like, even when you think about it, you graduate high school, all of a sudden there's no more PE. Like, you go from 12th grade, for that whole entire year of 12th grade, for an hour a day, you're supposed to work out, right? Running around the track, walking around the track. And then all of a sudden you're still 18 and now you're in college or, doing whatever you want to do at 18. And then just PE stops. So it's like that momentum it goes from here and it just tanks. You don't have to make it like that. You can continue that. So going back to the skin, look at your diet, right? Maybe you need to do a detox. Maybe you need to do a cleanse. Sign up with a dermatologist. Oh, I can't afford it. Sign up with some kind of insurance that you can afford that covers a dermatologist, right? There's tons of free stuff on the internet. There's even free trials on the internet of like, try this service out and you get 30 days for free and you get a consultation. There is options, right? You can literally, obviously Google is number one, but you can literally, this is a possibility. If you just literally just feel like you can't afford to get a consultation with a dermatologist, set up a GoFundMe for that. Like, there's an option, right? Like, sometimes we put a limit on ourselves or we're living in our ego. But if you're trying to get to the next level and there's things that you want to get off your list, okay, I want to get confident in this area. I want to get confident here. I want to get confident speaking. I want to get confident with my body language. I want to get confident with the way that I'm coming off. I want to get confident with just how I view myself. I want to, tons of books, right? You can download Audible for 30 days, I think, for a free trial, and get a couple books during that free trial, and start to educate yourself, start to gain a skill, start to sharpen a skill. Like, there is possibilities and things that you can have access to. You just have to choose to tap into it. So that's the reality. You are limitless. You have the ability to turn into the exact person that you want to be. It may not happen tomorrow, but you can make a decision today that gets you steps closer, right? You don't have to keep re-looping the same story in your head, because you are enough. You do have the capability. You are deserving, right? You do have the power. You can tap into this power to become a better person. And if nobody's told you, I'm telling you right now that you are enough. I know I said that already, but I am really, really driving that home. You are enough. It doesn't matter what circumstances. It doesn't matter how you grew up. You are enough, and you can decide today that you are enough and start to make changes and decisions, and start to pivot your view and your reality of shifting yourself out of that loop. I could go on with hundreds of stories about how I did it, but I'm pretty sure I'm speaking to the right people who this is meant for. It's hitting, right? Like, there's things that we go back and blame. Oh, this happened in my childhood. This happened in a relationship. This happened. This friend did this to me. Friend did this to me. So then that way, and then I made a bad decision based on that, blaming our actions on other people. No, you need to take accountability for yourself too, and your negative behavior as well, right? Like, so it doesn't matter. You're still enough. All of that stuff, it doesn't matter. Put it over here. It's literally in the past. I always say this, like, we keep looping, like right here, right now. I could be talking to you, and then you could just be looping in the past. And as you're looping over here in the past, there's all this right here in the present that you could be living, fostering, planting seeds, sowing seeds, getting knowledge, gaining a skill, to then have a different loop in the future. But you're still here over here in the past. It's literally it's not like it's every single thing that's ever happened to you is physically out here and sitting on your physical shoulder. It's gone. And guess what? Half the time we're looping and stuff, and everybody else has moved on. No one's even thinking about that stuff anymore. You might be harboring on this one little tiny situation, and that situation for somebody else is gone. It's deleted. It's gone. And you're harping on it and wasting time, mental space, taking up mental capacity that you could be shifting into, building a skill, gaining knowledge, getting better, making a better decision, gaining willpower to make better decisions. You know what I mean? Like, it's time for you to wake up, know that you're enough, know that you're limitless. There's always a way. It may not seem like you can figure out the way today, the second, but there is always a way. And I'm here to tell you that. So definitely subscribe. Let me know what you took away from this video. Let me know what else you want to see. I'm going to get on the bike. I'm going to do like a little 5-minute warm up, and I'm going to go work out. But I'm going to be coming out with an ebook that you can live a balanced life, right? A balanced life, still eat the things that you want, not calorie restrict, but where you can still have, lose some inches around the waist, right? Lose some inches around the waist. And so I'm going to be coming out with that. So definitely tap into that when it comes out. It's going to be coming out in a couple weeks. So quick read, maybe 25 to 30 pages. You can read a couple pages a day and literally start to implement those, the tips that I put in there. It's all the stuff that I do. So definitely tap into that. And yeah, so have a beautiful day, you guys. I appreciate you. And remember that you are limitless. Bye.